going on, wrestling fans? It is I, Steve Fall, and welcome to 10 Count right here on Wrestling News Co. On today's edition, I am talking to the talk of the town. It's Jordynne Grace. How are you today?
I cannot complain.
Oh man, you are the TNA Knockouts champion. You just participated in the Royal Rumble. There's so much happening with you, and let's jump into that big Royal Rumble news over the weekend. When and where did you find out you were going to be involved with the Royal Rumble?
So Scott actually called me last Sunday, like the weekend before, and he had asked me if I would be okay with being in it, and I was just like, obviously. So I found out just that week. It was very kind of I guess a last minute thing, and I had just gotten back from the Orlando TNA taping, so I had just like landed back home in Atlanta.
Oh my. And so you land, Scott calls you, and that would be what, on Sunday you landed?
Mm-hmm.
And then according to what I read online was Monday, suddenly you had to get blood work done. And then by Thursday, you were involved with the WWE and the Royal Rumble, putting it all together. Is this all true?
That's correct. I did my physical and all the medical stuff on Monday, and then just kind of waited around a couple days for everything to be approved. And then I got my flight Wednesday night, and Thursday night I was back in Orlando.
My God, because you posted a video on the day of the Royal Rumble of you inside your house. And the comments are funny because some people are like, well, she's at her house. She's not gonna be here. Other people are like, this video could have been shot at any time. She's obviously coming. Did you enjoy trolling Twitter a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. I was hoping and praying that it wasn't going to get leaked, but I did take those videos beforehand before I left my house because I was like, oh, just in case it does, I'll put this out just to kind of have some fun and throw them off the trail a little bit.
It worked a little bit.
It
Some
worked a little
people
bit.
didn't believe it.
Most people were, not convinced, but there were a couple people who were still surprised.
Oh yeah, no, 100% because I tried to avoid all spoilers. I was in the crowd too in Tampa. And my God, when you came out and the sirens played and your name popped up on the Tron, people went ballistic. Over 50,000 people were going crazy. And then 50,000 people are chanting TNA as you're coming down the aisle. How does that feel? Hearing this crowd erupt for you and the TNA chants, over 50,000 people chanting it.
It was completely unbelievable. I'm still beside myself a few days later, just that it all happened. Honestly, I had low expectations because I don't know that many people know me, right? I don't know the crossover of TNA like WWE fans. So I was just like, I'll just if I go out and there's no reaction, that's okay. Just get in the ring and make sure that there's a reaction afterwards. Make sure that if they don't know you now, they're going to know you later. So that was my whole thought process behind it.
Oh man, and you got in the ring, and also in the ring was someone you recently defeated in TNA for the Knockout Championship, Trinity, Naomi in the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
How did that feel? Because it feels like just a few weeks ago you're in TNA fighting each other. Now you're fighting each other in the Royal Rumble.
It was so special because we did the first like rebranded TNA event, Hard to Kill. We did that in front of like a sold out crowd at the Palms in Vegas. And then we went from doing that to doing it at essentially, I believe it was a sold out Tropicana Arena in front of 50,000 people. So just to go from that to that, I mean, I don't cry often, but I definitely teared up when we found out that we were going to be doing that together. She is an incredible person. She deserves the entire world, and I'm so happy that she got her welcome back chant because I know that I don't think she was like expecting the magnitude of that. And then the fact that we got to do that together was so cool. I love our hug, and then we started fighting immediately. Like that's just it's so on brand for us. It's on site all the time. We love each other, but it's on site.
Yeah, it was a beautiful moment because everyone's, oh, they're hugging. How wonderful. This is nice, isn't it, everybody? And then just laying at each other.
Yeah, and
It was a
it
wonderful
got
moment.
like it got like memed immediately because I guess the Nicki Minaj Meg the Stallion thing is going on, so people were comparing it to that, and I just thought that was hilarious.
Hey, the crossover, maybe you can fight Nikki someday. Maybe. You never know. You never know. But honestly, when you came in the ring too, you're throwing around Bailey and Candice LeRae and Naomi, and then you and Bianca Belair go at it. And again, talking about the TNA chants, 50,000 people chanting for you in TNA. When you two finally locked up, you and Bianca, that is, the crowd erupted. They were excited. They wanted to see this. And how does that feel being in the ring? And you said you didn't know if anyone actually would know the crossover between you and TNA. And here you are now, and they're like, oh my God, rip Bianca apart, please, Jordynne.
I thought it was crazy. It's something that I never thought I would do. I never thought I'd be in the ring with Bianca. I think that she's an amazing wrestler and she's an incredible athlete. And just to get that experience with her was so awesome to me. And I know that the other thing is I know she's never done her finisher on the apron before. So just to be able to do that was, I mean, that hurt a lot, first of all, but but it was just such a cool moment.
That was one of the craziest things. That's when I was trying. So I'm in the press box. I'm trying to record some things and highlight them. And I'm seeing this. I'm like, phone down. Like, I need to see this moment because I need to see you get that finisher on the outside of the apron. And I don't know if anyone knows about wrestling. I've heard this before a few times. The outside of the apron is the hardest part of the ring. And
And
you took that
they don't just say
on
that.
your
That's for
face.
real. Yep. On my face. And then I kind of like popped off the apron and fell on the floor, which also hurt surprisingly, even though it's padded.
Yeah, that looked a little painful. But then you tweeted this out. Let me read it for you. Words couldn't do my feelings justice about any of this. Overwhelmed by the love. That being said, this would never happen on my home turf. And you said this to Bianca Belair. Are you challenging Bianca Belair to a one-on-one match in TNA?
Of course, anytime she wants to come over and challenge for the belt, I would love to wrestle her.
Is the door, because as Triple H in the press conference said, he praised your name, he praised TNA, but he also kind of made fun of the term forbidden door. We've heard that in other places, and he seems to, Triple H has said these things, not me, but he kind of alluded that the relationship between the WWE and TNA is an open door policy now. So do you think that we could see more WWE superstars in TNA and vice versa?
Well, I think now I think anything's possible, right? I didn't think that they would ever. Mickey is one thing because she has been to WWE. She has a rapport there, but I've never wrestled it at WWE. I've never been in NXT. I've never been on Raw. Never been on SmackDown. I was never in the PC until last Thursday. So I honestly think anything could happen.
Oh man. And I first mentioned that video of you posting that fake trolling video has almost reached 1 million views right now on your Twitter account because people are so obsessed with the fact that either they were trolled, they were tricked, or they believed it all. So 1 million views currently right now on you
On what
showing
video?
the video of you on Twitter posting that you're inside your house.
Oh, I've not seen that, to be honest. My phone has been like there's too much to see and too much to keep up with.
Uh,
And I think that I haven't seen it had a million views. That's so funny.
yeah, you posted at 2:44 on Saturday, and here we are right now. It's Tuesday, and we've reached 1 million views on this video of you trolling all wrestling fans, saying you
That's
weren't going to
hilarious.
be there. So congratulations to you on that, though. Um, there's so much happening though. Also with TNA, the rebranding. Hard to Kill was a huge success, one of the most purchased pay-per-views in TNA's history. How's that feel? Because Scott D'Amore put out a tweet saying it was you and AJ Styles took a picture together backstage. And Scott said that TNA was built off of AJ's shoulders, but now they're being built off of your shoulders. How does that feel knowing that Scott has so much positive like comments about you in the building of the new TNA brand?
I feel blessed that they have that much faith in me. Like, I really go out there every time and try to give it 110%, and to have that acknowledged and to have that kind of trust is extremely special to me.
Yeah. And then, of course, again, we have No Surrender, February 23rd. You got Sacrifice on March 8th on TNA Plus, which is an amazing deal because for so long, you try to watch pay-per-views and different platforms, but now TNA Plus is giving you the past, the present, and the future events of TNA. What's your thoughts on the growth of the company since the rebrand? Because again, if Hard to Kill has broke records of being one of the most purchased TNA pay-per-views and PLEs, where do you see the limit for TNA to go?
I mean, it's only up from here, right? Like, just the fact that we broke that record with our first show back. I'm hoping that will convince fans, like, because it was an amazing pay-per-view. We don't do bad pay-per-views. So I hope that those fans that all watch that pay-per-view continue to buy the pay-per-views, because we do best. We have great pay-per-views. There's amazing matches on there. There's always something crazy that happens. There's stars that come and debut. I think the fans really just need to give TNA a chance.
I agree. Again, I'll go. I'll always praise the name of TNA when I would purchase when it was NWA TNA on Wednesdays and 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, $10 a pop on pay per view. I watched it all, so I've been here since the beginning, and I'm gonna be here to the never the end, because we're gonna keep going and
Yes,
going and
never
going,
ending.
never ending. And then again, during that Royal Rumble press conference, Triple H praised you, and so did the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble, Bayley. She praised your name as well. How does that feel? Because you're backstage. I've seen pictures with you and Rhea Ripley and Bayley and AJ Styles and so many of the other superstars. How does it feel hearing that Bayley, the winner of the Royal Rumble, someone who's been in the business for a very long time, having extreme, incredible matches, is praising your name?
I don't have words for it, to be honest. This is something, if you had told me this was going to happen like 2 weeks ago, I would just have said, you're absolutely insane. I think that Bayley is an amazing wrestler, and she is so much nicer in person than I could have ever imagined. And for her to be saying nice things about me, and for Triple H, of all people, to be saying nice things about me, it's completely surreal. My sister had texted me, and she sent me a screenshot of the Triple H thing, because I don't think I'd seen it yet. And she was like, I can't believe that Triple H is just talking about you and saying that you're amazing and all these things. And I was just like, we're on the same page, because I genuinely can't believe it either. Out
Oh
of body
man,
experience.
that's probably the best way to describe it. Because
Yes.
again, uh, it's just insane. When I heard the sirens go off and your name pop up, there was no one going like, who? It was yes. Like it was excitement. Were people were going ballistic, and there's just so much happening. And when you were in that Rumble, though, you were hitting people hard, and people were hitting you hard. And in your career, you hit hard, but is someone, do you know off the top of your head, hit you or has ever hit you the hardest?
I'm sure you know Masha Slamovich.
Oh yeah.
She has hit me very, very hard. Like to the point where I thought we were gonna actually fight. So yeah, she's hit me definitely the hardest.
Oh, good old receipts, sometimes they have to be there, I guess. But hey,
And I will say special mention to Giselle Shaw, who also hits very, very hard.
oh man. Was there anyone else with you backstage in the WWE? Because I know Scott D'Amore, I believe, was on the Jericho cruise. So was anyone else? Were you just walked in and you were by yourself?
I was by myself. I was
Wow.
just a single TNA person there. There were some TNA people that were obviously like used to be in the company and were there. I saw Abyss. I saw Petey Williams. AJ was there, obviously. Mia Yim. There were a lot of people that were used to be in TNA that I knew, so that was really cool. But in the current regime, I was the only one there, like 100% representing TNA.
Oh man. And what was it like having a bit of a family reunion with, Abyss and all those other talents?
Oh, it was so cool. And a lot of people, they weren't online and they didn't see like the leak. So when they saw me, they were just incredulous, I guess. They were like, "What are you doing here?" And I was like, I'm representing TNA," and they just thought that was so cool that WWE would do something like that.
Yeah, they've been working with many different organizations lately, and I hope they continue working with TNA because it TNA is a brand I've always loved, and now that from Impact Wrestling to this is TNA, the rebranding, the momentum is building. More eyeballs are going to be on you more than ever. So hopefully this Thursday on Impact on TNA, there's going to be so many more eyeballs watching the program, carrying on to Watch No Surrender again, February 23rd in New Orleans, and then Sacrifice as well coming up March 8th. Though when you came back after being eliminated from the Royal Rumble, who was the first person there greeting you?
You know what was crazy was I mean, it's such a big arena, obviously. When they take you out, you have to ride a golf cart to get back to the back. So the first person I saw was actually like the golf cart driver. And then the second person I saw was the medic. And then when I got to the back, no one was actually in there, because all the girls obviously were waiting to go out, and all the
Hmm.
other girls were in the match. and the girls who had already been eliminated were watching the show. So it was just kind of like there was no one back there, and I just kind of had to like go in there with where everybody else was watching the monitor, and they all were like, "Wow, that was really cool." So they didn't have anything bad to say, and that's all you can ask for.
Oh man. One final question though. If there is someone from the WWE besides we talked about Bianca Belair that you want to show up in TNA to have a one-on-one match with, who'd it be?
Ivy Nile. Yeah,
Oh,
I
I
think that would be.
love
I think that would be a
Ivy
good
Nile.
one. Ivy Nile or Natalia. I feel like me and Natalia have really good chemistry just from our few moments in the ring together, and I feel like that would be really good too.
Oh my God. I need to text her in a few minutes and tell her this needs to happen. Because that is something we need to see. You and Ivy, I adore, and I think Ivy is one of the greatest up and coming talents in the WWE right now. You and her going at it, but Natalia, my God, the Hart family dynasty and the TNA dynasty. I would love it so much. Jordynne, though, if you could describe this weekend in one word, what would it be?
Unreal. That's the word I've been saying over and over again. Completely unreal.
Man, well, I have to say it has been an honor and a privilege talking to you today about your interactions in the Royal Rumble with Bianca Belair. Hopefully, we get to see that match. You and Ivy, you and Natty and TNA, the cross branding. I hope the relationship is open for the WWE and TNA to work together more often because if Scott D'Amore says that TNA was built off the shoulders of AJ Styles and now it's being built off your shoulders, well, let's bring in some more people so you can crush them and break their shoulders.
I gotta hit shoulder day some more, I guess.
I guess so. If you're holding up a whole company on your shoulders, but again, thank you so much, and thank you, TNA, for allowing this interview to happen today. Because I am pumped for what's going to happen this Thursday. I am pumped to see what's happening with TNA. Hard to Kill. If you haven't seen it, folks, go on TNA Plus right now. Buy the app, buy the event, check it out because it's from nonstop, from Nick Nemeth being there and Moose winning the championship. There's so much on that card that you must see, and the future is bright for you in TNA. And maybe next year you'll win the Royal Rumble.
We'll see. Fingers crossed.
Well,
Thank you,
we'll
Steve.
see. Thank you, Jordynne, for being here in 10 Count. I'm Steve Fall. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. Bye
Have a good one.
bye.
Bye.